This is Cockcast Episode 5.
My hands are shaking, my lonely arms aching, my heart is breaking, and it's killing me by degrees. Our kitchen, so cold and bare. Well, I can't eat no way 'cause you're not here.
Hey, this is Ruth, and I do not do podcast bumpers.
This is Cockcast Episode 5 on August 16th, 2008. We're a North American Warhammer Online guild fighting for destruction, and this is our podcast on all that concerns us. This is Zelly.
This is Aberrant.
This is Wyndon.
This is May. Today we'll be talking about why RP server when we don't RP.
What does RP mean?
Roleplay.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
When you don't RP, you call it RP.
You just say it.
Yeah.
You don't know what it means.
I think when you
first,
don't
what are
RP, you call it lame.
What are you up to this week?
What we're playing?
Yeah, I'm still doing the War Beta. I don't play anything else.
I'm playing that in the Bionic Commando Rearmed remake on computer, Xbox, and PlayStation 3.
Where do you
It's a remake of the old Nintendo Bionic Commando game, which is a platformer where you swing, and it's pretty cool. That's it. That's all I've been playing.
Where do you play that? What
I have it on the PS3,
Oh.
but it's on the PC and 360. Really good.
are you doing, Winning?
I've been playing the beta, of course, but also my dad convinced my brother and I to get Conan Online. So we've been playing on one of the, well, they call it an RP server, but it's basically a PvP Gankfest server. We're not sure why, but for some reason my dad loves to play on those. Other than that, been doing some writing. I got invited to submit a short story for a new web magazine. And yeah, it's a story about a guy who gets stuck on a space station or a lunar station. There's an accident, of course, and he's running out of air.
Oh, so it's a feel-good story.
Well, you know, they're the first lunar colony, so they're kind of working the bugs out of the system.
They just don't really know what they're doing.
They're clueless up there.
They're basically the beta
Yeah.
testers. But imagine beta
Oh.
testing where your life is
The
at
lunar
stake.
beta testers.
But he's finding some bugs. Well, I'll wait till retail.
Yeah, ready for release for that one. What are you up to, Maeve?
Just been playing in the beta and watching the Olympics.
What's going on?
Yes.
Oh.
Just
What's
a
your
few.
favorite
Who's winning?
sport?
Yeah, what's the score?
I have been enthralled watching Michael Phelps. You know, forget about
That dude's
testing for
from around here.
perf-
He lives like 20 minutes away. He
Yeah.
lives in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, he's been testing up there. Listen to me. He's been practicing up there and everything. But forget about testing him for performance-enhancing drugs. I think they need to test him for gills.
Yeah.
Maybe fish DNA.
Yeah, I think his dad was a dolphin.
They're sexy beasts.
Hey, how long? You know, I didn't think it would take this long, but I guess we finally worked bestiality into Codcast.
There you go.
Well,
Episode 5.
it takes a while when Car's not involved in these things.
I was going to say, and Carr was not even here.
Yeah, he'll be,
we're going to
he'll
get
be
to that
sad.
at some point.
Anything concerning the guild? I don't know if we have anything.
No, nothing new with the guild.
Oh, okay.
Just, whatever.
Getting some,
There is a guild beta, and our guild is in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed one thing about the new people that come to the board. There have been a lot of people with very bizarre forum handles, like
They don't
stuff
just use,
you
like,
can't
the name.
pronounce. We're going to have
They just
a
start
official
banging.
nickname program.
Keyboard.
Just smash the keyboard and hit accept.
That'll do.
Hey, you know, we could kill two birds with one stone. For the initiation ceremony, it could be like Animal House, where we give them their official COT name.
Yeah.
I can go in and modify it to change it to something like pronounceable. But that might be rude. That might be a little controlling right there.
You will be meatball from now on.
I'm a shark bait. And what's what with war? Oh yeah, I did want to tell everyone to start your master account and make sure you enter all your codes if you've pre-ordered the collector's edition, because you used to do it on the EA Mythic Beta Center, but now they're doing that master account thing. And if you ever had a DAOC account, you already have a master account with them, and it's all your old DAOC information. Hopefully you remember that.
Is there anything else new with War?
Well, nothing we can talk about, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah.
It's very touchy right now. I
Well,
don't want
the-
to talk about it.
There's that
There's
Road to
a whole
War
bunch of new-
website.
Yeah, what is that? I don't get that.
The Road to War?
Yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah, I
I think it's one
registered
of
on
those
it today,
forum
but
games.
yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing on it, so I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it almost seems like one of those Frapper type things where you put where you live, and then you're supposed to do some sort of game to get resources.
Okay.
When you click on an area, it says how much the order has and how much destruction has.
Right, but I couldn't,
Mhm.
I can't see, like, how to enter my region.
It took me like
Go
30
ahead and-
minutes to get where I was supposed to be.
And drag and drop
Drag and
your
grab your
marker.
marker. Where's my marker?
Well, it's like it's just a little tiny thing. They don't like enlarge it for you so that you can see it's your marker either, from what I saw.
But I don't see where my marker
I think
is.
there's a button that says Find Me, and it'll show your marker.
Oh. Well, I'm not.
Well,
That's
you
not
live in
me.
like Nebraska.
That's not me at
No,
all.
you're in Kansas.
Yeah, I accidentally popped myself down in West Virginia, so I had to move that immediately.
Yeah, I've got relatives there.
That sounds like the
You don't
beginning of a
wanna-
really bad thriller. I plot myself down
Myself?
accidentally in West Virginia.
Here's what happened.
Sounds like a song, like a bad country song.
You know, we should now, since we kind of ripped on West Virginia, apologize to West Virginia. Anyone listening, we're sorry you live in West Virginia.
That's right, because I'm in
Been to West
Tennessee and I don't
Virginia.
have much better to speak of there, so
Tennessee, huh?
yeah, that's right.
You live near the Parthenon?
No, actually, I do not. For those who don't
Yeah,
know,
pretty
there
much
really is
Memphis
a
and the-
Parthenon
I've
in
been there.
Tennessee. Yeah, and there's a pyramid in Memphis too.
Oh, isn't that
I've
in?
been actually-
Somebody I worked with just went to that. They were down there and they read that was there and couldn't believe it was there, so they had to go drive and see it.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
actually never seen
I've been
it
to many
myself,
of the
but-
recreations of famous places like the Parthenon in Tennessee. There's Stonehenge in eastern Washington, the Eiffel Tower in South Carolina.
Now, see, I didn't even know that.
Me either.
Yeah, there's no reason to leave the United States.
Yeah, we got it all.
Now you need to apologize for all the international people.
We
Oh,
should
you
have
Canadian.
You mean like
Yeah,
the
I
18
forget you're
Canadians?
Canadian. Yeah.
a disclaimer at the end.
So, Zelly, do you have a count now of how many people are in the guild or applying for the guild?
No, I quit counting who's applying because some people have kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I just sent out an email last week to about 6 or 7 people, just saying, are you still interested in Circle of Trust? A couple emailed back, yes, I'm just busy right now, and a couple,
Yeah.
one of them actually, their email address doesn't even work anymore, so there's not much
They
I
didn't
can
pay
do.
their bill.
Their email bill?
Yeah.
I'm going to wait and see who actually shows up in-game, because a lot of people, actually it'll be a month after game launches, then I'll really know
Yeah,
who's in
then
the
we'll
guild.
get a good
'Cause,
count.
I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
try the game, but that doesn't mean they're going to like it.
And
It
then
doesn't mean they're going to like us
Yeah.
either.
I'm sure we'll get a kind of a rush of
That
people
wouldn't
right at
happen.
release too.
Well,
It's funny,
they're
I was in a-
lame.
I was in a war band last night, and people were talking about the podcast. They had heard it.
Really?
Yeah.
They said we're lame.
No, they didn't say anything. They just said, I don't...
Who was talking?
I'm
So
not...
they were talking about it? And
Yeah.
like, you hadn't brought it up?
No, I didn't bring it up at all. And they're like, I saw somebody up here from Circle of Trust. I listened to their to their podcast.
Who?
Yeah.
Ah.
I guess
Was
I
there
have
any
to be a little more
positive or-
intelligent than usual.
Were there any positive
No.
or negative feedback?
Just
We
be
should
neutral,
say if
just,
anyone runs into us in game and they flag us, Zelly will give them gold if they've listened to the
I don't have
podcast.
any gold.
I was told there would be punch and pie.
Be no punch, there'll be no buy.
Yeah, it seems like at the beginning, whenever groups move from game to game, you always lose some people, or what happens to me is I have a bunch of friends, and some go to one server, some go to another server, or they play one side or the other. We always kind of wind up, I want to go here, but I also want to go there. So you either wind up
Oh,
spreading yourself too thin, or you just kind of give up on one group and go with the other.
We're kind of coordinating with some of the older guilds we used to hang out with in DOC. They're starting to be interested in war, and Children of the New Sun and Seekers of Truth. Cass said that we need to decide if we want to be on opposite servers for like alting purposes.
Because they're going order.
They're going order. Or if we want to be on the same server, so we can have do some grudge matches and kind of plan out some battles and stuff just for fun between the guilds. And he was saying, in DOC and stuff, he goes, I don't alt. I don't go to other servers because it's just you get spread too thin, like you were saying. And in DOC, like, yeah, I didn't alt either. It wasn't until WoW that you really started doing the server hopping. I mean, Guinevere was like our home. You didn't go
I
anywhere
made
else.
some characters on
But-
in Hibernia, but never really
It never
played 'em.
amounted to anything. And, yeah, so he was, and I kind of agree with him. Like, I hadn't thought of that, but I agree with him that it might be more fun to be, at least we'll have more contact on the same server.
He just wants to kick our ass.
Well, probably.
Douchebag.
This Zelly's bitch. I'm gonna kick her
I've been
ass.
waiting so long.
Put her in her place.
I'm gonna comb her hair.
I don't know how you guys fight up
No,
there
I-
in Michigan, but
Hey, you've heard the stories of the
down
Detroit
here in
mayor.
San Francisco, we slap each other.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit of scratching.
I think it'd be cool to
Be
try
on
to organize
opposite.
something and fight against them.
I think it might be better to be on opposite. If we could get it all together. It's so hard to even organize the same guild, let alone
Yeah.
multiple guilds. Plus, we're going with the Only War group. Plus, our alliance. Well, that's going to kind of be easy because they're all going Only War. But the other people, like Seekers of Truth and Children of the New Sun, they're not on Only War. So coordinating them, it's going to be tricky at launch. It's going to be chaos.
It'll work itself out.
I know.
Yeah, in the end, there'll be a bunch of people playing on the server, and we'll have fun.
We'll have characters that we play.
Except for Thrak, he'll have like 8,000 characters, and then he'll switch to another game.
Oh God.
So, yeah,
We should
Thrakus will
talk
have one
about
on
it
every
since he's not here
server.
to defend himself. The funny thing about Thrakus is I've been in a scenario with him where he'll have said, okay, this is my main, and then he will be playing, and then he will get beat and like say, oh, we need a tank, and he'll go roll a tank, and then oh, this is it, this is what I'm gonna do. Like you can even see it mid game session where he just flops.
I was just talking to him Friday through PMs at work, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta pick something 100%. I gotta do this before release." And I'm like, "Yeah, you
Yeah,
kind
you
of do."
There's no way he won't.
No,
No.
he's not gonna.
He's never gonna get to top level ever.
Tricky. I can't wait till the end day to drop. We're
I
gonna have
know.
a 5-hour episode. And we'll leave cliffhangers.
Next time.
No, you'll hear me fall, or you'll have a gunshot, and they're like, what happened to Ab? Stay tuned.
It's a whole new
Surely they'll be
aspect to
dropping
us.
that soon.
Mark Jacobs has been on the VN boards about it repeatedly, saying that it's going to drop. I think next week is the plan, but they got like one more issue to take care of before they drop it. But what I'm wondering is, okay, just because you fix everything, and everything's a little better, a little smoother, it seems like you would have still those people that have been in beta and not playing, and they don't keep up with it, those people are going to go in and, the ones who you're not going to get an accurate, picture of where the game is now.
Yeah, I was a teacher, and at the end of the semester, I would, do a course evaluation, and the students would remember the one thing, the worst experience they had in the class. And that's all they would remember. Right, so
Like
drop
when you
into
took them in
NDA
the back
now
room?
or in a
Pull your
week.
dick out.
Private conference.
No.
God damn, I remember that.
I didn't have tenure.
I've got your apple.
No. But if they drop the NDA now or in a week, people are still going to remember when the whatever class that they like was nerfed and was the weakest one, and they're going to bitch about that. So the NDA,
Or you're going to
you
get those people who, when game launches, will say, oh, this game was great in beta, and
And they've ruined it now.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that
There's
happens
almost-
in every game, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
that percentage of feedback you got to kind of cut and scrape off.
The douchebag factor.
The douchebag scrape.
Gross.
That was pretty gross.
Yeah.
Well, we are the circle of taint after all.
We're not allowed to call ourselves that, so hence the trust.
Oh.
Ironically, we don't trust anybody.
Yeah, it's that whole discussion of how does that work for destruction. And
Yeah.
Who was, I think, Ty had the post, just tell them, shut up and run away.
We don't RP.
Kind of. I do sometimes.
It's
Kinda.
Yeah,
that's just
Son of
gotta be
Silver
the
does.
latest. Gotta be pretty light
Yeah.
RP though. I mean,
That's 90%
we don't really-
of the server population.
I know. So why do we like
it's,
RP?
it's not so much that we don't really RP, but we don't talk out of character in the general channels. So we don't get on
Yeah.
and chat with random people about the sports scores.
Or of the
we do our
Olympics.
best to yeah, except for Maeve, we do our best to try to preserve the role play atmosphere.
The integrity of the server.
We have
That's
the
it.
utmost respect for that community.
Yeah, I celebrate it.
So,
Well,
Maeve, are you usually a role play server person?
More recently, I have been, just because I think it is a better atmosphere. Typically, is what I've always found.
Yep, that's the same reason we went in Dark
No,
Ages.
that's not why we originally went. We went there because it had the biggest population and we wanted
Yeah.
to fight.
Well, that
And
too.
We thought more people, more fighting, and then we actually liked it. So.
Well, okay, and I remember going, because Tridoc had he was in a guild on another server that wasn't RP, and we went and played with him a little bit there. And then you see people run around named like Garbage, and with all these,
Poop finger.
Poop Finger. Yeah, that was the best. Clint Beastwood. That was a great.
chips.
And it kind of takes you out of the experience. Been beaten by Poop Finger, or you're told, hey, hold a group spot for my buddy Poop Finger.
You want to join my
I don't know
guild?
how you
Yeah,
guys have
who's the
sex
guild
up there
leader?
in Michigan.
Poop finger.
Oh yeah, so tell Poop Finger. It's just
But then on an RP server too, it's kind of a red flag. Like it's a nice big red flag when you see someone who's got like this totally insane juvenile name. Like, okay, you're a moron. I know not to talk to you.
It also gives you people you know who you should kill first.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm killing Burning Blunts, who is a bright wizard I killed earlier.
Great, we're gonna get like hate email now. We have one review on iTunes and it is bad.
Sweet. What did they say? Something like, they don't even talk about the game.
No.
Or something like, it was something.
No, it was simple. It just said clueless.
Yeah.
And then in comments,
Yeah,
like
we
under
know.
it said enough said.
Yeah, we know. Shut up.
It's beta. Yeah.
I kept targeting one that was named Evan Likes Boys.
Aw.
I didn't even want to go there.
It's not NDA breaking, is it?
What?
Target.
That Evan likes boys? No.
Yeah, no.
Good for Evan.
Burning Blood?
You know, do what you gotta do. Find some happiness in this world.
Well, I get kicked out of the game for killing Burning Blunts. I'm fine till release.
Well,
That was worth it.
calling it out. Watch, he's in some like massive hardcore guild, and we're gonna get everyone in
I
our
just
guild
made life
stomped.
horrible for all of us. We should do like the hit of the week, like we'll just say some random enemy's name, and like all 20 of our
Yes.
listeners go and try to kill that person.
That would be awesome.
I like that idea.
And then if it's someone on our server who pisses us off, our side,
Yeah, we pick a
we'll
guild
put it
that
to,
we hate
We'll put
on
out to order, like, take out, Badius, another douchebag.
Oh, yeah?
Who told me, who got mad at me for not healing him.
Oh, I hate that.
I wasn't in his
No,
group or
no,
anything.
that
and
happens
he
in,
ran
like-
out and got killed, and then like sent me a tell like, nice knowing your heal spells, pathetic.
He wasn't even in your group.
No.
Yeah, I hate that. I take care of my group first, other groups second. And yeah, I hate that too. They run way out of area or whatever, and that happens in every game. DOC, WoW, if you're healing.
Yeah.
They're all the way
It's
around the
usually it's
corner.
Horton.
It's usually Horton. He doesn't complain.
No, he
People-
dies and just like lolls.
No, but like the random people, they'll like complain and like, I have to live too. There's a buddy system here, pal. You're the tank, I'm the healer. We gotta kind of stick together a little bit. You gotta protect me, because if I'm getting whipped on, I can't heal you. I hate that. I hated that in DOC. Hated that in WoW.
It is
It
always
really,
like
like-
that. isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I only tend to want to play with other guildies, because they don't act that way.
Right. If I don't play a healer in this game, it'll be the first time I haven't, and that you get sick of people complaining.
That's why it's a good idea to play the goblin healers, because then you can just spout off something in,
Yeah.
Welsh or whatever
Yeah,
language
we'll
they
say
use.
something.
You can role play it out.
Well, we have great goodies.
Yeah. I love Gork. Or you just scream wah. You run. What do I know? I'm a goblin.
And that's the beauty of why we're on the RP server.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm role playing. I'm a goblin. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. Just be glad I'm not hurting you.
That's why I could play a zealot then, because chaos. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you can just say whatever
Alright.
you want.
I went chaosy.
Sorry. I chaos
I
there.
did this to my brother in Conan the other day. He was a healer and I was a tank or crusader of some sort. And so I just charged in and started slashing at things. And he's telling me, no, wait. And we both died. And I said, come on, that's not very Conan-like to wait. Pull them one at a time.
The best
Conan
the
never
best healing
pulled.
moment was in Dark Ages when we were in Avalon City, and some guy ran by who was getting beat on, and he screamed, "Help me, help me!" And Aruth just says, "You're doing great." And he died. He had like tons of purple stuff on him.
We couldn't have helped him anyway. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I gotta
Just
say
take the
the,
death, move on.
The quotes on our board are the best part of it. Yeah, people should know what they're getting into.
I wish we could use some of them now, but can't post anything from the game.
No, I haven't been like capturing them even. Have you?
No, because I'm usually
Oh,
saying
man, I
all the
keep
witty
trying to come up
stuff,
with
and I
good
don't
ones.
want to screenshot my own stuff.
Well, you can screenshot your own and email. Oh yeah, definitely too. If especially if I'm not online, if someone says something kind of clever, screenshot it and send it to me. circleoftrust.guild@gmail.com.
That's why we do.
That's
why we play on RP server.
Yes. To say inappropriate, off-the-wall things and make everyone else mad. And get naked and walk from city to city and have them all freak out. Like, you're ruining it. It's like, this is what's wrong with the RP server community. People like you.
But now you can say, I'm sorry, I chaos there.
Well, the Dark Elves, too. You can't even tell if they're going to be naked because they're already kind of naked.
Yeah,
Matt can
that's
just
for
yell,
sure.
"My balls, wah!" It's a goblin running around naked.
No one wants to see that.
Oh, but I had this great story, but I can't say anything because NDA.
But trust us, it was the best
It was
story
so
ever.
awesome. That would have been worth listening to. All this time you've been listening to this podcast, that would have been the nugget.
And you'll never hear it, because we'll forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't remember that one. Sorry.
Well, the people who were at the induction ceremony might remember it.
Yeah, you gotta help me spruce that up.
We should make edits into the podcast and be like, oh, we had to edit out some great stuff. It just, but it broke
Yeah.
NDA.
So in here,
Oh yeah,
I had
and then that
a
was the
professor who
thing.
did that.
That was the thing with the ceremony. Like, Ras sends me to tell, this is so lame, and I send him back, well, you wrote it. He's like, I know.
Oh, and he's just like an officer saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. People liked it, though, I thought. It was goofy and fun.
Well, ask Maeve. She was.
Oh, that's right.
It was her ceremony.
It
That
was
the first
good.
time we ever did
Yeah,
that.
it was
It was
good.
supposed to be cheesy.
Oh, really?
I think we just should have said that up front.
It's supposed to be campy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more synchronized dancing, I think.
Well, you can't dance and.
Can't say that.
Yes, you can.
No,
Well,
see,
that's
you
right,
can't
they know
say
that.
that either.
You can't. Everyone knows that you can't dance. Paul Burnett has said that. There's no dancing in
Oh,
war.
okay. Okay, there's no dancing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really
That's silent.
pay attention too much to the official words, so I don't know what I can or can't say.
Yeah, that's why I don't get how all those people actively. That's why I've avoided only war somewhat here, because I don't want to say something that I'm not supposed to say. I don't know how people keep it all straight.
I read it, but I don't post or comment on most of it.
Well, if I read it, then I'll post.
You can't shut up. You
No.
can't just shut up and keep it to yourself.
No. No, I'm not doing that. All right, so have we wrapped up why we RP?
Yes.
So to avoid douchebags. I mean, we could have said it in a sentence.
We don't like douchebags.
Yeah. Not a fan.
I don't know.
No.
I actually enjoy doing RP, but I don't force it on anyone else.
We actually played, and I've never been like much of an RP, but we played City of Heroes on, what server was that?
I don't remember.
Virtue? I think it was Virtue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Virtue.
we joined up with this guild, me and Ab did a while back, and they were big in RP, and they were in this alliance of role players, and they actually had they had bought like a house, and they turned
Well,
it
it was
into
their
like
lair.
a club.
Yeah, it had a bar, and they had bartenders, like people in the guild
Yeah.
who regularly worked it.
And they had schedules and stuff,
Just
so that it was
like
always
shifts.
populated.
Yeah.
And you went in there and hung out and talked, and everyone was always in character. It was kind of neat. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't say much, but it was really neat to just walk around and be in that. It was kind of like a special event, it seemed like.
That's the game
'Cause they
that
did it really
I've
well.
seen the most RP in, where the people really liked playing the characters, and
Which is really strange because there's no RP server, officially.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was fun.
'Cause it-
I was
then-
saying, Maeve and I had we had some insect characters. I had a roach, and she had an ant, and so I kept going around talking about
Gross.
roach stuff and looking for old moldy Twinkies in the corner.
Let's go eat some cheese. Let's go run away when the lights come on.
When it can't come out when the sun's up.
Let's go in this motel. Oh shit!
Hey, how come I can't move anymore? My feet are stuck. And my character had the superpowers over gravity, so his name was Gravity Roach.
Could he fly?
Yeah, he couldn't fly, but he had
Because-
super jumping ability.
Oh, that's neat.
Because that'd be the scariest shit I would ever see ever. I think we're
You know
going
what? I'm
long
flabbergasted.
here. I don't want to
I'm
talk
just
about bugs anymore.
flabbergasted. There are people outside of the guild that actually listen to this.
Evidently.
We had one We had one guy actually join the guild because he heard it, and he liked
Like,
it.
why would you listen to this?
Wyndham's like, I don't even listen to it.
I don't subscribe.
Wyndham's sitting here thinking about all this shit we're talking about. He's like, who is listening to this? I don't even want to be here right now. Who is listening to this crap?
But do you suppose they listen to it more than once? Maybe all the way through the
Oh God, I
episode?
hope not.
So we can talk about those people now, because they probably stopped listening.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
everyone stopped listening by now. So now, since no one's listening, it's a good time to do your spotlight, Eb.
Yeah, that was great.
Big Hoss has a question for you here.
Is he first-time caller?
Yeah, long time, not even a long time. He doesn't listen either. Where do you stand on the highly controversial subject of using young children to farm for gold and craft in game for their parents?
I am currently against it because my son can't do it. But
Yeah.
as soon as he can, I'm probably going to shift. I have to teach him just button combinations, and I'm gonna homeschool him.
Make him farm for you?
Yeah, but until then, I'm against it. I don't like people doing stuff that I can't do.
Lyndon wants to know, boxers or briefs?
Boxers,
Yes.
done. I haven't worn briefs in like 15 years. Gotta let my
Whitey.
boys breathe.
Thrakus wants to know.
Can we just skip his question?
No. He wants to know. Do you do any trimming, any designs, or do you shave bald?
I'm not gonna scorch the earth.
If you could be we'll move on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not.
Are we
scorching the
referring
earth.
Wait.
Are we-
We all want to
amazing.
know.
I keep a clean
Well,
shop.
you know,
I don't.
No, leave us hanging.
He did say his
You
voice
know, it's not
has
a
to breathe.
rainforest. No.
So like
You want
topiary,
people to
that kind of
visit?
thing?
You gotta keep things
Yeah, you gotta
manicured.
keep a clean shop.
He wears the boxers for all the
Just-
extra
just-
room.
Cameron, you should just stick with wah.
Yeah.
And run.
I'm RPing right now.
He's a little pink right now, I gotta say. He's a little bit. If you could be a superhero, what kind of powers would you have? And would you use them for good or for awesome?
Probably be invisible because I don't like people, and I just I don't want them to see me sometimes. I just it'd be see that would be the best. It'd be like your own personal like bathroom stall all the time, so you could just close the door and no one could see you, except where I work with there's a bunch of kids in my clinic. I'm a psychologist and see kids, so like sometimes I'll like, oh, someone's coming, and I'll have to go take care of business. And then one time this kid came in, he's like, Mr. Jason, is that you? And he's like poking his head under. I'm like, get out of here! It was terrible.
And that's why Ed's not allowed to practice anymore.
Yeah, I'm not allowed anywhere near that place.
And that's when we moved to
So, yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah. So I would be invisible
what
just
you-
because of that. So I could take dumps and kids wouldn't know I was there.
You always love to hear that your psychologist doesn't like people, too.
Yeah, most don't.
The more
Yeah.
you know about people, the more you know they're terrible.
Yeah.
All right, Squeeze-Its or Kool-Aid?
I don't know what a squeeze it is,
I don't either.
so I'm going to go with
It sounds
Kool-Aid.
messy.
I have a sort of Kool-Aid, though, you know, people use it to dye their hair.
You have a bad experience. with it.
And I remember, like, in high school, like, oh, that's cool. How'd you get your hair that color? And they told me Kool-Aid. So I went home and made it up and put it in my hair. And then someone told me afterwards, you're not supposed to put sugar in it. So I had to wash my hair for like a week. God, I'm so dumb.
Not a lot of common sense.
No. I'm very, I'm very left-brained.
You followed the directions
I followed
on the,
what they said.
on the container.
They said put Kool-Aid in your
They
hair.
also said to put it in a pitcher.
I put it in a pitcher.
And you poured it over.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my
And
mom
what
was
color
like,
did your
"What's the
hair
matter with
turn?"
you?" It was red. Fruit punch, I think. It was delicious.
Cheez-Its or Cheese Nip?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Wear a bra.
No. Only on my head for ceremonial reasons. If I'm making a chick on the computer, like Gary and Wyatt, that's it though.
10 words or less. Describe your perfect date.
Oh, I want to go through that whole Dwight from The Office, his description of perfect date, where you're dancing and then someone comes at you with a knife and you disarm them, and then at the end you have to kill the girl because she was in on it the whole time. I want that to be it.
Yes, there's a lot of romance.
It sounds
I
like
snap her neck at the end. That reminds me, date night's coming up.
That's why we game. A lot of gaming. Let's
And you
talk
say you
through the
counsel young
monitors.
children?
Is that it?
What? This is all, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Let's wrap it up. Let's do the outro.
Yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na. There you go. Say that
All right.
shit right there.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Cockcast. Please send feedback to circleoftrust.guild@gmail.com, or you can write a review on iTunes if it's good. Be sure to check the website and forum at www.circleoftrust.org, and we'll see you in game.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. Doing this.
I'm gonna lay my head on the tracks, and if the train's on time, I'm gonna let that 219 pacify my mind. Pacify my mind. Pacify my mind.